Hello, this is Robyn of Heart Guided Intuition, and here is a general reading for Saturday, April 18th. It's a general reading, so it won't necessarily apply to everybody, but hopefully it will be helpful to somebody. Okay? If you'd like a private reading, please visit my website, www.heartguidedintuition.com. Okay? And I'll put the link down below. So I use a combination of tarot cards and oracle cards and a spirit deck that I designed. And I've shuffled the cards and I've chosen them. And I was asking for a general message from spirit about, what we need to know, okay, for Saturday, April 18th. All right? So let me take a look at them. See what they say. Oh, interesting. Rejuvenate your body. And I have two types of oracle cards, which I'll get to. One is medicine cards. So, all right, let's begin the reading. I usually have to sit for a few moments and just kind of absorb the cards. Since childhood, this is a card of the Six of Cups. Sorry, Six of Cups. It's about something that's been with us since childhood. It can feel very childlike. It can mean someone coming back from the past who's from your childhood. Something you'd like to do since you were a child. In this case, because it's being paired with this card, I feel like this reading is about somebody who has known themselves all their life. They've known themselves. They started doing something they loved. Maybe, I don't know how many people this will apply to, but if you started doing something that you loved when you were young and you're still doing it, that's who this reading is for. This reading is for somebody who just had a passion. They're, even as a child, had a fascination for something. They started doing the thing that they were going to do all their lives when they were young, when they were, a child, and it's still a source of joy. And it's something that makes them slightly different. It could be you're a creative person, could be something that makes you stand apart from most people in a way that you've accepted about yourself. Okay, so this is for someone very interesting who started doing what they love, like their life's work as a child, and it's made them kind of stand apart, always kind of stand apart from people. But at this point in your life, you've accepted that about yourself and you're cool with it. And you're like, yes, this is what I do. This is who I am. Maybe, I don't know, maybe you've always felt that way, that the thing that you do, that you've been doing since you were a child, gave you such a sense of fulfillment and a sense of purpose that it didn't matter whether or not you were accepted or not. And I think you are accepted. I think you are respected and accepted, at least by, a group of people around you, some small group of people at least, for what you do, for being a unique character. A unique character is what's coming up, okay? And this is interesting because there are two kings that came out in this reading. The first one, so this is, I feel like this might be for a man, but it doesn't have to be. I know a lot of tarot readers, they might assign the king cards to a man, but for me, I can say that the gender is fluid, pretty much. I've known women that I've done readings for where the King card comes up. It's because they are very independent. They run businesses. They are, they have that drive, and there's a certain, certain aspects of their personality that they come out as the king. So here's the King of Pentacles, and he's very good with money. He's very practical. It can mean an earth sign, but it doesn't have to be. A lot of tarot readers say, do equate the different suits of the tarot with the different astrological signs. For instance, pentacles are earth signs like Virgo, Taurus, and Capricorn. So, but what I usually say, and especially because in this reading 2 kings are coming out, I don't think it's necessarily an earth sign. It's just somebody who has these attributes. So here's a king who's very down to earth. People can go to him for very sound decisions. He really takes time to weigh things out before he makes any kind of decision. And he gives very good, sound, practical advice. And he's good with matters of money, matters of the physical world. Okay. And this card is coming up, the sun and the moon. And sometimes, like if this is in a love reading, it can mean things that are reciprocal. 2 people who are very different, who are coming together and complementing each other. Okay, so, but because it's coming out with just this king, I feel like, and it's coming out with this other king as well. Actually, I'm going to bring him in here now. This is the King of Cups. Okay, and I feel like this card is them. There are 2 aspects of a person, of one person. That person I was describing, that they've been doing something since they were a child, that they already knew their life purpose and their life work from a very young age, and they're still doing it, and they've grown to the point where they've been accepted as who they are, and they accept themselves for who they are. They know their worth. And it really doesn't even matter what other people think so much, because they're very strong in who they are, even though it does set them apart a bit from the norm. If there is a norm. I don't know if there's a norm. But then there's 2 kings. I feel like this is for someone who can identify with king energy. Okay, I'll just say that. And it's the King of Pentacles and the King of Cups. The King of Cups is, the cups are associated with water, and water is the emotions, matters of the heart. Okay, and if you look in the back of the King of Cups in the background, there's Saturn up there. And Saturn in astrology is known as the taskmaster, the one who brings the really tough lessons in our life that we have to learn. And yet he's got his back turned. He's not letting, he's learned his lessons, I'll just say. He has learned his karmic lessons, and he comes from a very loving place. So these are really good kings. Not that there's a bad king, because a king is a king. But here's a king who's very down to earth. And here's a king who comes from his heart and is very loving and kind and gentle. And he decides with his heart when he makes his decisions. And people can rely on him to always be kind and compassionate. And I feel like, because those first 2 cards came out, with that unique character, that these are 2 aspects of somebody. There's someone who this reading is resonating for, and these 2 sides, the very practical, down-to-earth energy, and the watery, emotional, beautiful, heart-filling, loving energy, compassionate energy, are the two aspects of this person that they're bringing together to work together. That is what's making building blocks possible. So here we've got a really unique character. And if this is resonating with you, this is building blocks, okay? If this reading is resonating with you, it's telling you that, you've come to a place of acceptance, and you've come to a place of knowing yourself so well and being very centered and grounded in who you are. And it is that ability to be centered and grounded, as well as a place, being able to come from a place of compassion and love, that they're kind of balancing. Those two sides of you are coming together. Being able to make money, being able to be very practical, very good at practical issues, while simultaneously doing what you love, being very loving and kind toward other people. And those two aspects of you are coming together to be able to build something new. You're building something new. You've worked long and hard on who you are, knowing yourself, being very self-aware and grounded in your gifts, your abilities, what you uniquely have to bring to the world. And you've had this sense of yourself since you were very young. You've never lost it. You were one of those people who you always knew. And now there's something new that you're building, you're bringing together because of these two aspects of your personality. The very practical, grounded one, and the one that sees from your heart and from what you love to do, and from kindness and a softer, gentler approach. And you're bringing these two aspects of yourself together to build something new. So the two oracle cards I chose, Ruby. Ruby is beautiful. Look at that. Now it says rejuvenate your body, but I see this red color. Actually, it's very interesting because in yesterday's reading for today, red came up also as very, very prominent. I did a 1-card reading for for today's reading. Actually, today I'm reading. Okay, I say today. Today, I'm doing this recording on Friday. Okay, April 17th. So the reading for April 17th, which was a 1-card reading, came up. Red was a prominent color and had a very strong message of determination. So I feel like this is echoing that. And it's determination, strength, courage, life force, vitality, passion and because you're a unique character, you've always known what your life purpose is, and you're building something new. You've got this amazing vitality and courage and strength that's buoying you to. That's a funny word, buoying. it's an innate quality in you that is allowing you to really build something. You're building something new. Maybe it's because of the current circumstances in our world, I don't know, that you are kind of changing it up, having to find a new way to do what you do. But you are someone you're extremely resourceful, creative, and you know yourself very well. So you've got it. You've got it. And the other card that came up is a medicine card, Beaver. Okay, this Beaver. And I'm aware that the camera reads the cards backward. So 22, Beaver. So this one I'm actually going to have to refer to the book. Okay, Beaver. So Beaver medicine. So for Saturday, April 18th, Beaver is coming up to assist you. Let's look up number 22. Beaver. Beaver medicine. I'm going to actually read just a small bit from this book so that you can understand what. Beaver, teach me to build my dreams, including others too. One mind, one thought, hearts as one, lessons learned from you. Okay, Beaver is the builder, which is really interesting because the building blocks came up. Okay, this means you have all of the resources that you need to create the new thing that you want to create, probably with what you're passionate about. Okay, you know what? I'm just going to read just a little bit more from Beaver. Okay, excuse my funky dollar store glasses. All right. Okay. Beaver is the doer in the animal kingdom. Beaver medicine is akin to water and earth energy. Okay. Here we had, wow, this is cool. I did not look at these cards after I pulled them. Before I started the video, I did not look at these cards. So it says Beaver medicine is akin to water and earth energy. And you've got the Water King and the Earth King, okay, coming together to build something new. Beaver medicine, Beaver is the builder, okay? All right, Beaver always leaves itself many alternative escape routes. This practice is a lesson to all of us not to paint ourselves into corners. Okay, a doer is characterized by industriousness, and Beaver knows that limitation cancels productivity. Okay. To understand Beaver medicine, you might take a look at the power of working and attaining a sense of achievement. In building a dream, teamwork is necessary. To accomplish a goal with others involves working with the group mind. Group mind constitutes harmony of the highest order, without individual egos getting in the way. If Beaver has appeared in your cards, it may be time to put your ideas into action or to complete some project that has been neglected. And actually during quarantine time, that's a perfect time to do this. The Beaver card could also be asking you to settle differences with fellow workers or friends. And look to alternative solutions to life challenges. And protect the creations which you put your love and energy into. Okay, so with that, that's a pretty strong reading. Wow. So there's someone out there who's an immensely creative, self-aware person, and you have been like all your life, and you're in the process of building something new, or building something, an old project. You're resurrecting something that is like, here we go, Beaver. Something that you've got all the resources, especially your inner resources, being the unique character that you are. Remember this card. The unique character that you are to make it happen. So that's pretty cool. So for Saturday, April 18th, get on that project that you've been putting off. It'll bring you joy. It brings you joy because you know what you do. Okay, so that was the reading. I wish everybody all the best. May you be safe, may you be well. Peace, love, and blessings to all.